Hey, how's everybody doing today? Sorry I haven't been on in a while. I've been really busy with work and took the weekend off. Went over to my favorite hangout, kind of a place where I kind of do intense grounding. Not that good of reception, but one day I'll bring you guys in there, check it out. But anyway, a lot's been happening over the weekend. There's been basically, how do I put this? Right Side Broadcast has been shut down from their live feeds. Now they're known for basically streaming the presidential, not debates, the presidential rallies. They're also basically one of the last real news sources out there. They just stream, they don't edit. They go out and they do their interviews, but it's streaming. There's no editing, it's a constant stream, and they've been shut down. Basically, anybody that has anything to say positive about the right is getting shut down. I mean, they're taking away our First Amendment right before our eyes. You know, we got a whole bunch of things happening over in the House right now. They're trying to amend laws so that they can impeach a president that they have found nothing on. I just don't understand how this could happen. I mean, this is a hostile takeover. They're trying to take over our government. People don't see this. You got companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon, YouTube. They're all getting together trying to come up with this technology basically to take over. They want to basically surveillance everybody in America. They want to come up with programs that are going to base you on your merit. If you see what's going on in China, basically this is stuff that if you want to fly outside the country, you have to have a certain social standard or social ranking. They're trying to bring this to America. They're trying to take away our Second Amendment right. That's something else that's going on right now. We just had Beto O'Rourke. I mean, the guy's a gutless worm. Says that yes, they want to take our AR-15s. You would think that they would go after more intense weaponry than an AR-15. The worst you could do is a burst shot, 3 rounds on a single target. I mean, I would think like Uzis and stuff like that would be something that you'd want to go after first. But the thing is every American has the right to bear arms. I mean, without infringement. And they're trying to come up with red flag laws that basically can point the finger at anybody, and that'd be the reason to take away their weapons. It's guilty until proven innocent. That's not right. Now, how many times do you get upset with somebody and you want to get back at them? This red flag laws are just opening that up. All they have to do is point the finger and say, I'm worried about this person, and go take their weapons, and they're going to go take the weapons. The thing is that they're not even going to let people go to court to even defend themselves. They're the judge, jury, and executioner. They say that they're going to only hold your arms up to a certain length of time, but they could extend that as much as they want. Basically, they're not even going to give you back your weapons. We know that that's going to be the end result. They have no right to take weapons from people without any kind of suspicion. Just because somebody points the finger at them should not give them a right to take weapons. I would think that they should have to prove that that person's going to be a threat, which that will never happen. But the answer is not taking away guns. Guns have been around forever. There was never any issue until probably, I'd say, the last 20, 25 years. You have to ask yourself why. It's because we're losing morals. We're losing discipline. Parents can't even discipline their kids anymore without the fear of their kids being taken away or them going to court. These kids are little bastards, honestly. I mean, they no respect for authority, no respect for the elders. They think their shit don't stink. I mean, things gotta change. It's the way society is. Red flag law is only gonna create more violence. It's going to create more laws and more victims. People don't realize this. What do you think is going to happen when it's already happened? I think it was Michigan. They tried to serve a 60-year-old man with the red flag laws over in Michigan, I think it was, at 5 o'clock in the morning. And something happened where the cops shot that guy dead. Now, this is going to be a frequent occurrence. You surprise somebody with coming to take away their weapons, either they're going to defend themselves, they're going to resist, or things are going to be misconstrued. This is not going to be good. Like I said, you're guilty until proven innocent. That's not how this country was founded. We're losing our rights. We're under constant surveillance. Now they want to get facial recognition. I can't say that word, but they want to get this facial features going, or whatever, facial things going. They even got them going over on Walmart right now. I mean, it's just, they basically monitor everything we do on Facebook. I guarantee YouTube. A big part of me just wants to start deleting these accounts, but I feel that I need to say something. I can't just sit back. I mean, I see cameras going up everywhere, and they're streamed into everything. It's just absolutely nuts. People need to realize what the end result is. They take advantage of situations like these mass shooters, which I firmly believe are false flags. It's either they're completely faked 100%, where they're doing drills and saying that this has really happened, or it's something that they take advantage of when it does happen, and basically build off of that story and fit it the picture that they want it to fit. The second these things happen, the first thing they start doing is trying to strip people of rights. And they do when people's tempers are hot because they're pissed off of what happens. And they always want to point the finger over, oh, this child, or the senior citizen, or, you know, they want to paint their victims, and they want to play that out, pull on those chords or whatever to get people even angrier, so people don't think right, and they are okay with losing their rights. But they don't see the end result. They don't see the big picture. They only think in a moment, and that's the problem with a lot of Americans. You don't think. You don't try to look at the big picture. You're too focused on little things here and there. You don't realize what's happening to this country. You got the Democrats, which I don't even want to call them Democrats anymore. They're socialists. It's not even a Democratic Party. It's a socialist party. They need to rename themselves. That's the way they should be referred. This is the first step to communism. Do you really want to live in a communist country? Look at anybody who started out with socialism, where they ended up. It's either people can't even feed themselves, or they go with the communism where they're being starved by their government, forced to cannibalism, being executed for no reason, having their organs harvested for studying feng shui, like over in China or whatever, not feng shui, whatever it is, feng something. Basically, they're Tai Chi. It's not hurting anybody, but yet they're being imprisoned. The government used to encourage it, but then when it really took off and too many people who were practicing it, they decided to start imprisoning them, and then started harvesting their organs illegally. These are people that haven't even committed crimes, but the government's trying to solve their overpopulation. This is what they're doing. Now, what do you think is going to happen in the long term here in the United States? People don't have guns to protect themselves. It's only a matter of time before they want to eradicate illnesses, get rid of people with disabilities. I mean, it's the same thing. If they want to say that we're overpopulated, or, you know, hey, you know, the AIDS epidemic is out of hand right now. We need to start putting people in camps. I mean, this history always repeats itself. You know, it can be minorities. Well, the immigration is just out of control. We need to start thinning the herd. This has happened so many times before. History always repeats itself. You could ask anybody that survived the Holocaust, do you think taking our weapons is a good idea? I guarantee you not a single one will say yes. They know what happened. They know what led to them basically being incarcerated and put to death over in the concentration camps. We need to, as people, as Americans, we need to look at the big picture. We need to understand what's really happening in this country, what they're trying to do. Democrats are not for the people. At one time, I believed that they were, but I think that there's something else that's been happening in the background. There's too much corruption or something. At this point, the people that they're giving us to vote on, these are not good people. Almost everybody that I see running for president, out of the 20 people, at least 15 of them, there's corruption surrounding them. If not them, their direct family. I mean, we all know Hillary. I don't even want to go there. And she's helping Elizabeth Warren. I thought Elizabeth Warren was this timid lady, but honestly, what's happening is they're pulling her strings. It's not good. You know, you have to understand that these are just faces. These aren't the government. These aren't the people that are making the calls. You know, so one thing about Trump, he might not be perfect, but he's not one of these people.
Light traffic on your route.
Sorry about that. You know, I'm a truck driver, so things just happen to go off in the background all the time. I'm out over in Michigan right now. I don't know what's going on over in Michigan too, but the police presence here today is just absolutely insane. I've seen over just 20 cops go down this road in the last like 15 minutes. Over at the fort over here, I'm not sure what military base it is, but there's a whole bunch of police over there. I'm assuming they're doing some kind of training, but there had to be at least 20-30 cars over there. Yeah, other people need to start keeping their eyes open and start realizing what's going on. I see all these military vehicles being shipped day in and day out, train cars full of tanks and Humvees, and where's all the stuff going? None of these bases look like they're overflow with these vehicles. I mean, are they loading up ships and sending them out? Could be a possibility. But that's a lot of vehicles. I mean, more stuff than, I think more vehicles, in my opinion, that can supply a war. I feel like they're not all going overseas. You know, last night I got woken up. I had a friend unfriend me and went way out of his way to basically tell me that he's not going to be my friend anymore because of my political views and how I feel about guns. Never really thought that I expressed my feelings as far as guns go. I mean, I'm military. I own concealed carry. I don't wave it around and show anybody. You know, it's for protection. That's all it's meant for. But because I posted one meme talking about red flag laws, he decided he wasn't going to be my friend, and I really thought that he was a good friend. But I will not be muted just because my opinions don't coincide with somebody else's opinions. That's not right. I would never ask my friends to change their opinions. I'll tell friends my opinions. I will give them my side, evidence, stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that I'll necessarily make them change their opinions. You know, whatever happened to the days when everybody could have their own opinions and actually have conversations, and I give my points, you give your points. Sometimes you might change an opinion, but most of the time you don't. But at least you open people's minds. Let them know, you know, the world is not necessarily how it's reported. I think that's the biggest problem. Mainstream media is so corrupted. It's owned. It's not even for the public anymore. They make money. They spin their stories wherever the money comes in. People don't realize this. This has been happening for far too long. You can't believe anything you hear on the media. You need to actually look for things yourself. Just don't wait for the reports on it. If they say the president said this, the president said that, go back and actually listen to the speech. See what he says. I guarantee you it's not what they say. I try to give people his speeches and they don't even want to actually listen to it. They don't even care that what I'm telling them is true. They hate the president so much that they don't mind sharing false stories. And that's a huge part of the population right now. They will share false stuff just because of the fact that they've been basically coerced to hate the president. I mean, they're programmed. Everybody's programmed. This is something that's been happening for decades, slowly programming people. And once you wake up and you start finding out truths for yourself, you can spot this stuff a mile away. But people don't want to do the work. They just want to sit back in their little bubble, listen to everything that the media tells them. The media says guns are bad, guns are bad, guns are bad. We gotta take them away. Guns are bad. But you know, these are going to be the people that are going to be crying the loudest when all the rights are stripped from them and bad things start happening. Feel free to share this stuff. I do need some more followers. I would like to eventually get to be able to go on live. I see so many things out on the road that needs to be covered live. You all have yourselves a good day, alright? Talk to you later.